So for superhero this week, I do a lot of the. I think the last superhero video I did was I actually get my channel up, or go to my channel's page. Is like last superhero video I did. I believe I did a flip flop with the actors from the Fox universe and the DC universe. Let's see here. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I also talked about Josh Brolin being cast as Cable the prior week to that. Um, so for this one, I want to go to DC again because I don't talk enough as much as I talk about. I'm neither a fanboy over one or the other. I'm a fanboy of comics. As much as I say that, I do talk a bit more about Marvel because they're usually just more in the spotlight to talk about. But let's talk about some DC for a little bit. And one of the things that I think should be brought up is Darkseid. Darkseid is now Steppenwolf is the main villain in the Justice League movie. Steppenwolf is I believe the uncle of Darkseid. He is a new god. He's going to be a big challenge for the League to face. He's going to bring parademons to Earth. They're going to be fighting. Good times. But Darkseid is in the movie. They've said that Darkseid will make an appearance in the movie. Now, how he's going to look, what his who his actor is going to be, how long he's going to be on screen. Those are the questions we're asking. So first off, actor-wise, I'm not even going to touch on the actor. Right? Get someone with a really, because the guy's going to be CG, motion capture, probably like that. So just get someone with a really good voice. He'll probably even, change the voice up in, post, make it deeper or gravelier. I am many things, Kal-El, but here I am God. I am many things, Kal-El, but here I am. I'm the only version of Darkseid I can really do is the one from Batman, Superman, Apocalypse. Or as a well played. If the Kryptonian of the Amazon had taken that gamble, they would have lost. They do not have the sheer character to kill an entire species. But you kill your own people. A most admirable quality. So yeah, I can do that, Darkseid, but I can't do that. That from the animated series. I love that Darkseid. That Darkseid's awesome. Honestly, when you think about it, I mean, there aren't too many interpretations of Darkseid outside of even in games, when I think about it. I mean, we got him coming in Injustice 2. Other than that, was he in any of the very few Superman games at all? I mean, he's in the animated series, he's in Justice League. He's in Batman Apocalypse. He makes a brief appearance in Young Justice. And that means he'll probably come back for season 3 on Netflix. Stay tuned for that on Netflix. But I can't think of many actual interpretations of Darkseid that we've seen. But anyway, Darkseid. I mean, he is one of the biggest, baddest, most powerful beings in the universe, to the point where he can beat Superman. That doesn't always beat Superman. It all depends on the writing and the story you're going with. But generally speaking, if you were to bring these guys to blow, and Superman's, Superman. Even if Superman's not holding back, it's not a guarantee that he's going to beat Darkseid. Because Darkseid is just that evil, powerful, and underhanded if he has to be. But then the question now becomes, first off, what his actual his role and appearance is going to be, and how long. And then the second question is, how long is he going to be in the movie? In terms of the movie, at most, I think it's going to be 15 minutes. It's going to be kind of like Steppenwolf talking to Darkseid, and then, we'll have glimpses of Darkseid, and then I think his major actual full-on, we see the character for the first time reveal is going to be near the end of the movie, at the end of the movie where Steppenwolf is not killed. He's thrown back into Apocalypse, and he has to basically answer to Darkseid, and Darkseid is it's like, you have failed me. It's like, oh, no, nephew, please. He holds his hand up, it's like, then you just see him come out of the shit. Because I think that what was going to happen is, we're going to, in terms of his length of time, at most 15, I think it's more going to be we're going to get snippets of him throughout the movie. Kind of like how we're going to hear him, I think. We're actually going to hear Steppenwolf talking to him a few times. But we're not going to see him till the end where Steppenwolf comes back defeated, and we just see this hand on the throne, kind of like we saw Thanos' hand on the throne at the end of Avengers. And you just see him talking. It's just he's just like, nephew, please forgive me. And then you just see a hand go up, just silence him. It's like, you have failed me, Steppenwolf. It's like, and you know the price. You know I do not tolerate failure. It's like, you know, your repentance must be made. And it's like, ugh, please, I can fix this, and then whatever. It's like, no, you have done enough. And the next time we visit Earth, I shall attend to it. Something. I'm not a scriptwriter, so he'll just have that standard hands behind his back motif. Just, I will deal with it personally. Eyes glow with the Omega and all that stuff. Oh, I think it would be awesome just to see that reveal. Just oh, oh, all the fanboys and girls swoon. But no, I don't think we're gonna. At most, it's gonna be 15 minutes. He's not getting an action sequence. I am confident in that. But I think more like 5 to 10 minutes is more likely. 5 is probably the most likely. We're probably going to get snippets and a few, like a scene and some dialogue. I think we're going to get at least a little bit of dialogue. Not just like an end credits dialogue, but actual dialogue from him. But he's not going to be in there very long. But his presence is going to be very key in the scenes he's in. Because we're going to make the audience realize, especially the non-fan audience, realize like, oh, so this guy who's been causing all this shit, he really isn't that. He's nothing compared to this dude. This is the guy he answers to. Which now begs a third question I'm going to end the video on, is that we had our original lineup for the DC movies. With Justice League 2 coming out, I think like 2 years after this one, something like that. And Darkseid was more likely going to be the main villain in that. But DC has recently changed their slate up very much. Some movies got pushed back. Directors and writers have left. All that. A lot of stuff has happened in the DC universe recently. So, assuming that Darkseid, they have to, assuming the movie hasn't been changed to not have Darkseid in it. Assuming that Darkseid is still going to be in the movie and be a heavy presence, it stands to reason that you have to have him in Justice League 2. You have to still go with Justice League 2. Now, the DCEU is in a weird place at the moment. Man of Steel was not universally loved or hated. The majority still like it over the minority, but that's like a 60-40 kind of thing. So overall, it's a split. But the people who love it really love it. The people who don't like it either hate it or they just don't like it. And one of the people who really likes the movie. It still made it a decent buck. Now Batman v Superman probably wasn't the smartest thing to go immediately after that, but whatever. Should have made $1 billion. That movie should have cracked $1 billion in less than in 2 weeks. It should have cracked $1 billion, but whatever. It still made like 800 and I think like 70 something million dollars. Not what they were hoping for, but it still made a good chunk of money. It still made a lot of money. But it's not universally loved. In fact, it's unlike Man of Steel, which you could say the majority still likes the movie. The majority of people didn't like the movie. I'm one of the people who did like the movie. Like if you were to give it a percentage, like 25% of people liked the movie as opposed to 75% who didn't necessarily. Now the director's cut, the end of the unlimited cut, does fix that, and it actually gave it a bit more of a fan boost. But it still remains to be that it's not universally loved. Suicide Squad got a bit of a better reaction, and financially speaking, made more money proportionally than BVS did. But again, it was not universally loved. So now we have Wonder Woman coming up, which I've been hearing. I haven't heard much about Wonder Woman, but it seems to be it's got a very good feel to it right now. So because of that, we gotta see how Wonder Woman and Justice League handle. If they are able to, if at least Wonder Woman was able to literally knock it out of the park critically, financially, and from the fans, then Justice League comes out and maybe does event. If it's, I'm trying to figure out the best way, but if it's not, even if Justice League is just good or even okay, if it's okay, Justice League will be fine in terms of financially speaking. Then it might change the DCU up again, but in a way that maybe course corrects it back to its original spot. Problem is, though, the Warner Brothers execs over there are very reactionary, which is why a lot of things changed. Like, they saw that Harley Quinn was loved in Suicide Squad. That's why we're getting Gotham Sirens now. We're hearing things about Green Lantern showing up, or, Flash has been in reworks for God knows how long. Aquaman's the only one that I haven't heard any problems about so far. So, I don't know. We'll see. Point being, though, is that no matter what, Justice League 2 has to use Darkseid again, because if you set him up at the end of Justice League 1, you have to continue with that into Justice League 2. Now, whether or not, like, Ben Affleck's still around to play Batman and Henry Cavill, or we recast at that point, who knows? I hope Ben Affleck does stick around for Batman for at least. Let's see. And we know he's there for Justice League because they finished Justice League. Yeah, he's got the Batman. He's contractually obligated for the Batman. I would like to hope that he sticks around at least for Justice League 2. If he can stay after that, I mean, he's already played Batman technically longer than anyone else has, because he's playing him. He's played him in BVS. He played him in Suicide Squad. He's playing him in the Justice League, the Batman. And I believe he's probably going to have at least a small role in Wonder Woman. That's 5 times he's. Oh, wait. If you have BVS, Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's 5 times he's played Batman. That's longer than anyone, minus Adam West on the TV show. In terms of a filmology, that's longer than anyone else has played Batman. But I get that maybe. Yeah, I've been hearing the rumors that he wants out too. But there's also the whole thing that he was going through rehab for alcoholism. We don't know. We just don't know. That maybe that was contributing to it. Maybe it wasn't. We just don't know. I would like to see Ben Affleck at least return. If he's going to do Justice League 1 and the Batman, I would hope he at least shows back up for Justice League. One more. And then perfectly fine to hang up the cowl and pass on to the next guy who wants to play it. But I'm going to be Jason Batman. I don't know why Jason Statham popped into mind. Actually, like I said in the last video for the DC, the Marvel Fox, the Warner Bros. Fox flip flop, I thought Hugh Jackman, like maybe 5 years ago, could have been or maybe 5 years ago, like 10 years ago, would have been like a great Batman, because we know he can change his voice to do that deep voice. We know he can be charming like a Bruce Wayne. He's got the jaw, he's got the body, he's got the acting chops. I think Hugh Jackman could have been a great Wolverine. Yeah, he could have been a great Wolverine. He just sucked. No, I loved it. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Let's not kid ourselves. Okay, I shouldn't say that. Let's not kid ourselves, because if you don't like him legitimately for the character, that's fine. But I'm going off a rant, but it's still superhero related. But I hate the comic purists. Which is like, he sucks. Why? Because Wolverine's supposed to be like 5'2" to 5'5". Hugh Jackman's over 6 feet tall. Yeah, and it's like, so he sucks. It's like, no, he's tall. We've had interpretations even in like other media where Wolverine is. Like, you ever watch Wolverine in the X-Men? That TV show? That he's fine. He's taller. But what does height have to do with acting out a character? I don't know. It's like, but that's supposed to be part of his personality. No, not really. I mean, the only time being short for Wolverine comes into his personality is, when Sabretooth calls him runt or something like that. Yeah, being small doesn't, make the character. Now, if it was like Puck or something, then I would completely agree with it. It's like, you need to either CGI onto a short like character or something like that, or have a short actor. It's like, Tom Cruise is short. He could be. No, Tom Cruise would be a terrible Wolverine. It's like, what about people ask for Tom Hardy. It's like, yeah, Tom Hardy's still like 5'9". In fact, let me just look it up, seeing as I'm pretty much done with the topic of this video anyway. Tom Hardy, 1 second. Tom Hardy. Let's see. Oh, Tom Hardy height. Here we go. Let's see here. Tom Hardy, yeah, he's 5'9". So he's definitely like 3-4 inches shorter than Hugh Jackman. But he's still much taller than even the tallest version of Wolverine, sans, again, X-Men, Wolverine in the X-Men. So, yeah. But anyway, I digress. I went off at a tangent. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As those of you who want to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, what if. Anything I can do on the channel, really, put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll do it at some point. Be back later tonight with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 review. As always, have a good one.